everyone, how are you? Hope all of you are fine. Today we are going to discuss about lighting effect of electric current. What is the lighting effect of electric current? You know what is the effect of electric current. We can convert electrical energy into different forms of energy. Okay, the lighting effect of electric current means we can convert electrical energy into light energy. Do you know which devices help us to convert electrical energy into light energy? Yes, you know the answer. Electrical bulbs. In this section, we will discuss about different types of bulbs, the parts, then the peculiarities, then merits and demerits of all these bulbs. Okay, then let's go to the chapter. Lighting effect of electric current. Can we imagine a world without electricity, without electric bulbs? No. Electric bulbs plays an important role in our life. All these are different types of electric bulbs that are familiar to you. Do you know who invented electric bulb? The scientist Thomas Alva Edison. Edison tried thousands of times before he finally succeeded in inventing the light bulbs. The simple light bulb, which are called incandescent bulbs, are based on the light bulb that Edison invented. Incandescent lamps are also known as filament lamps. These filament lamps were in wide use in the early days. Observe the parts of a filament lamp as shown in this figure. It has a glass cover, and inside that glass cover you can see two important parts of filament lamp, the copper wire and a tungsten filament. In your textbook you can see a paragraph about incandescent lamps. Let me read it. In normal voltage, the filament becomes white hot and gives out light. Such bulbs are called incandescent lamps. That is, the lamps which are glowing with heat are known as incandescent lamps. Filaments made of the metal tungsten are used in them. Tungsten can become white hot and emit white light for a long time. In order to avoid oxidation of tungsten, the bulb is evacuated. Vaporization can be reduced by filling some inert gas at low pressure inside the bulb. Nitrogen is usually used for this purpose now. In brief, the term incandescent means glowing with heat. That is, in incandescent lamps, we know the main part is a filament. That's a tungsten filament, which become white hot and that can emit white light. That's why it has the name incandescent. Okay, then here are some questions. You can see all these questions in your textbook on page number 23. What's the first question? Why is the bulb filled with an inert gas or nitrogen? What is the importance of filling the bulb with an inert gas? That is mainly the inert gas used is nitrogen. You can find its answer from the previous paragraph about incandescent lamps. That is, vaporization can be reduced by filling some inert gas at low pressure inside the bulb. In other words, the presence of inert gas with low pressure in the incandescent bulb helps to reduce the vaporization rate of the filament and to work at high temperature. What is the next question? What properties of tungsten make it suitable for being used as a filament? Tungsten is the most suitable material for making filament because it has high resistivity, high melting point, high ductility, high ability to emit white light in the white hot condition. Another expecting question from this section is what happens if the interior of the bulb is not evacuated? In order to avoid oxidation of tungsten, the bulb is evacuated. That is, the interior of the bulb is evacuated to prevent the oxidation of filament. When the tungsten comes in contact with the air in the heated condition, then it undergoes oxidation. So it is necessary to evacuate a bulb during its making. You can see this question also in your textbook. Nichrome is not used as a filament in incandescent lamps. Why? All of you know about nichrome. It is one of the important part in all heating appliances, but it is not used as a filament. Why? The filament should have the properties of high resistance, high melting point, and should glow brightly when current passes through it. Even if nichrome wires have high resistance and a melting point, it does not glow brightly and gives out heat. We know in incandescent lamps, vaporization can be reduced by filling some inert gases at low pressure inside the bulb. Nitrogen is usually used for this purpose. Why nitrogen is used for this purpose? At normal temperature and pressure, nitrogen behaves like an inert gas. Small increase in temperature does not influence the expansion of nitrogen. The ready availability of nitrogen is one of the reasons for its being used in bulbs. In the absence of air within the bulb, the gas behaves completely as an inert gas. If you touch a filament lamp after it has been lit for a short period of time, what do you feel? We feel hotness. Am I right? Why we feel like that? Because a major part of the electrical energy supplied to an incandescent lamp is lost as heat. Hence, the efficiency of this device is less. That's why the use of incandescent lamp is to be restricted today. What are the other types of lamps working on electricity? Can you list them? The discharge lamp, fluorescent lamp, sodium vapor lamp, arc lamp, LED lights, etc. are the different types of lamps working on electricity. Discharge lamps are glass tubes fitted with two electrodes. They emit light as a result of discharge of electricity through the gases filled in the tubes. When a high potential difference is applied, the gas molecules get excited. The excited atoms come back to their original states for attaining stability. During this process, the energy stored in them will be radiated as light. Depending on the difference in the energy level, lights of different colors and other radiations are emitted. We know discharge lamps can emit different colors depends upon the gases to be filled in that tube. If the gas is filled with hydrogen, it can emit blue color. The discharge lamp can emit yellow color light when it is filled with sodium vapor. If the nitrogen gas is filled in the discharge tube, it can emit red color light. The discharge lamp can emit white light if it is filled with the mercury vapor. If the discharge tube contains chlorine gas, then it can emit green color light. Discharge lamp can emit orange light when it is filled with neon gas. What are the advantages of using discharge lamps instead of incandescent lamps? The points are: the life of discharge lamp is about 5 times that of the incandescent lamp. It saves energy, that is, no energy loss in the form of heat. The inconvenience caused by the shadow is minimized. Then the fourth point, gives out more light than from an incandescent lamp of same power. What are the factors to be considered when you select a bulb? Low power consumption, not harmful to the environment, gives out more light. These are the factors to be considered when you select a bulb. Which are the lamps that are mostly used? Why? LED lamps, that is light emitting diode bulbs, are very common nowadays. Do you know the merits of LED bulbs over discharge lamps and incandescent lamps? LED bulbs are light emitting diode bulbs. LED bulbs are devices that give more light than discharge lamps and incandescent lamps. They work using low power. What are their peculiarities? LED bulbs are light emitting diodes. As there is no filament, there is no loss of energy in the form of heat. Since there is no mercury in it, it is not harmful to the environment. Low power consumption, gives out more light. All these points are the peculiarities of LED bulbs. It is the research for high energy efficient and less polluting bulbs that led to the invention of LED bulbs. LED bulbs are more efficient than other bulbs. Low power consumption, high efficiency and long lifespan are the advantages of these types of bulbs. Its production cost is very low is one of the other important advantages of these types of bulbs. Now let's familiarize with the parts of LED bulbs. The important parts of LED bulbs are base unit, heat sink, base plate, back conductor screws, power supply board, printed circuit board and diffuser cup. Base unit. This is the metallic part that connects the bulb to the holder. Heat sink. The part close to the base unit of the bulb. It is an arrangement for absorbing heat from the base. Base plate. Metal plate that fixes it to the holder. Then back conductor screws. Screws for fixing wires from LED drive to the base unit. Power supply board. Function of this is to convert AC to DC and supply necessary output voltage. Then printed circuit board. LED are fixed on this board. In this, positive and negative polarities are marked. Diffuser cup. This is the part from which light comes out of the bulb. Try to verify these parts by checking an LED bulb at your home. We can construct an LED bulb very easily. The tools necessary for constructing an LED bulbs are insulation tape, plier, heatsink compound, wire stripper, soldering iron, solder lead and soldering wax. How can the LED bulbs be disposed of scientifically? Segregate the plastic, electronic and metal components of LED bulbs and transfer them to the respective disposal unit. Don't you have to enhance the use of LED bulbs which are environmental friendly and suitable for energy conservation? Yes. Remember, energy saved is equivalent to energy produced. So, don't waste energy. Hope you got the concept. Okay. Then write down the notes. Then read the lessons carefully, study well. Most of these questions are repeated questions in your examination, so you have to take care of all these questions and you have to learn it thoroughly. Okay, then stay safe and healthy. We will meet in another video. Okay.